Ugh. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Esports Podcast. I'm your host, William, and with me today I have Brock.
Hello.
And it turns out when we pick the same thing, Brock, we still tie. Though you have
Yeah,
the advantage, technically,
yes,
because
I
you
do.
picked Kingzone 3-0 over Damn One. Which,
Sure did.
didn't we call it, by the way?
Thank you.
That part at least, not maybe the last game, did not think that was happening. But where we said Damwon would win 2-1, we were both correct. We said 3-2 on the podcast, but
Yeah.
we changed it. I said 3-2, Brock said 3-1. Before we watched the series, I asked Brock. Obviously, I was going 2-1 since I thought it was going to be best of five or a 5-game series. Obviously a 3-game. Brock was going to have. I asked him, and he before he saw it was put it to Damwon 2-1 as well, and we were correct, and we knew if Damwon was going against Kingzone, they got highly outmatched. Like, it was a bad matchup for them.
Mhm.
You said 3-0. I thought Nogri would be able to pull off at least one game for them. Just, nope, guess not.
No, guess not.
Let's get into the first series, though. Let's talk match history. All
But
right.
I just feel like before we talk about the first game though,
Mm-hmm.
I want to preference this for anyone who watched yesterday's podcast. This Jarvan versus Rek'Sai matchup doesn't count. This
It
one
does.
doesn't count.
It does, Brock. You want to know why? Because victory is on Rek'Sai's side.
At least we get that.
Better
No
jungler
one pay
wins.
attention to the
GG.
score.
All chat. Better jungle wins.
Yep, this is what you do.
Oh man. Apparently, yeah. Look at that. See, better jungle wins. Man, Sandbox had such a good lead in this game, and then they threw it away. But this one wasn't with a Baron. This was with an Elder and a Baron, total, sorta. But the Baron was uncontested, if I remember correctly. The Elder, obviously, you could tell was pretty highly contested, as on this little mark right here, you have an Elder Dragon, and then you have a tower, a kill, another inhib, a tower, another kill. That's a lot of stuff happening.
A whole lot of
hmm Yeah, this was damn one. Showmaker on the Corki was popping off. I should have built that static shit. I built Bloodthirster on Corki in the game about 5 minutes before this. We should have won that game. I'm pissed. Sorry, sorry. But yes, I thought Damwon Nogri played pretty decent on the rise. I thought, even though he's 1-3, I thought his split pushing ability was pretty solid in the way he was using the roam warp around the map. But simply at the end of the day, this was just a throw by Sandbox. Honestly, they had so much going for them. Then they got the Baron stolen, and then they lost it here with a big. No, they won the team fight after the Baron. I apologize. They did win that big team fight. But then they had another Baron taken. Like, when you're 4K gold lead with, you shouldn't lose two Barons on the 4K gold lead. Like, they kept the 4K gold lead immediately after the Baron, and they still had a 4K gold lead and lost another Baron. That's just not, it's not acceptable. This was the
yeah.
one where they took it in like 0.5 seconds, right? Like, they snuck the Baron like that. Like, yeah, this was the one with the Earth Drakes.
Look at the
Earth Drake.
gold advantage within a minute. Within a minute in time,
At the end.
Sandbox is up 2.3, and within a minute, Damwon is up
The
3.1.
That's what 4 kills, 4 towers, and the Elder Drake's gonna get for you.
Yeah. See, this is what map awareness,
Yeah.
not map awareness, map control. You
Yeah.
take your objectives, and that's a gold.
Yep. Objectives are worth just as much gold as kills. Sometimes a lot
Yeah.
more because they're worth a lot more than kills because they're not just sometimes worth. They're definitely worth a lot more than kills because you get the amount of control out of it as well.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That was the first game. I remember that Elder Dragon or that Baron. Now that was literally like a 5-second Baron. It was insane. Yeah. Next game. Look at this. Sandbox Gaming. Look at this, Brock. I didn't see this one. I forgot about this one with the stuff in NA. That's it.
Mhm.
That's a Jarvan winning against a Rek'Sai. We've
Mm.
never seen that before.
No, we don't like that.
Mm-mm. I love how Jarvan only had one kill as well. I'm gonna blame this one on the Nautilus pick. I don't like Nautilus as a champ. I love Nautilus as a champion. Let me re-say that. Love Nautilus as a champion. Notice how all my champions I play are kind of out of the meta. Leona's coming back. I love the Leona buff. It's so broken on her. But most of them kind of out of the meta. they're called CC tanks. They don't matter anymore. You don't need CC.
Mm-mm.
You don't need tank. You just need damage. That's all you need in your
Yep.
world. I hate it. I hate every bit of it.
What's so weird is that this is literally my meta, and I'm not playing League right now.
I know, right? I'm sitting here slaving away at like a 40% win rate over all my accounts, just losing streaks left and right because I'm trying to adapt. I'm trying to learn. I'm the perks, by the way, of gold now because I can't even get the damn diamond anymore. Or plat. I can't. I've never been diamond. I got plat 1 last year, but like I was a comfortable plat, like plat 1, plat 3 last year. I am not even a comfortable gold this year. Like, oh, I hate it.
Yeah,
I'm perks though.
with
I'm turning
you.
into. I'm trying to learn AEC. I'm trying to just be an AEC main at this point.
Got to. At this point, got to.
And the AEC's kind of suck in this meta as well. But whatever. I love Jin too much. That's my like only hope. I had a Jin game.
Sometimes
I had a Jin game and a Corki game with over 14 kills in both games and lost both of them today. I just realized that. It's tilting. And both of them were like 50-minute games.
solo queue, boys.
Oh man. Okay, so but this game, enough of my solo queue. This game was it was really close, as you can tell. It did not move from at 30 or 26 minutes. It was 303 gold. The biggest gold lead at 24 minutes. So biggest gold lead in the first 26 minutes of the game was 1.7k. Super close game. Sandbox was able to pull it off though at the end with a solid play by Dove on Karma. Honestly, I do not like the Karma lane, and Ghost on the Callisto had a really good game as well. But like, I don't like Karma and lane too much, but it worked really well.
I don't like full AP karma.
True.
Like,
No, this was almost full AP. Got hard censored and then.
yeah, I don't like. Like, I like the Iceborne Gauntlet and stuff like that. Karma, like as a top laner, not so much a mid lane. It's annoying to play against, but at a certain point in the game, it doesn't matter anymore. But this one popped off. Like, this was a very good.
Oh, for sure. And we
And
have.
then Ghost on Callista did
Remember,
very well.
On Fleek pulled up the greatest achievement of all. He won a game on Jarvan. Not only that,
he
he
did.
won a game on Jarvan against the Rek'Sai.
Yep, you got to commend him for that.
Game number 3. Sorry, if we're going long about this one, you'll understand in a second. This game, though, unlike the others, it was close for the first 17 minutes. One team fight. Nogri gets a triple kill on the Rise, and it's over. It's all over for Sandbox at that point. Yep. Showmaker 7-0-5 on Corki. Nuclear 2-0-6. Nogri 4-1-4. Like, all of them just popped off. I was sad to see Sandbox go, honestly. They had a phenomenal year. Everyone picked them last. Did we pick them last? Because I remember preseason pick. No, I picked Jin Air last like a true genius. You picked Jin Air to finish above Sandbox. How do you feel about that?
It was close.
I also picked Sandbox to finish 9th and Kingzone to finish 8th. So, and KT to finish 3rd. So, maybe let's not talk too much about that anymore.
Well, let's remember.
How did we get a 71? No.
This is our first LCK region.
No. Yes, but no. How did we finish with a 71% pick rate after those preseason predictions?
We knew everything we needed to know after week 1.
At week 2. We didn't buy it after the first week. I'm just gonna let you know. There's a reason we went. I went 4-6, 4-6. You went 5-5, 4-6. After that, clean. Like you can tell it right there. Like this is where we really struggled early, and then we just popped off. I had 3 perfect weeks. Enough bragging though. We picked Sandbox 9th and 10th.
We suck.
Let's talk about the next game, which. Going in, I was really proud of how Nogri had played against Sandbox. So I'm like, okay, I'm definitely feeling confident that they're going to be able to at least take a game off Kingzone. Nope. No.
And a whole bunch of not close games.
Nope. Complete blowout. 9k gold lead, 19-2. I know we said don't talk kills. Okay, well, they got 2 towers. And Infernal and Rift Herald. Okay.
Good job, Jarvan.
Yep.
Right back where we needed you to
Yeah.
be.
0-5. Right where he belongs. Showmaker 0-4 on the Corki. He just had an amazing one. Nogri 0-3 on the Jace. Def 10-2 on the Ashe. He played a mighty fine Ashe.
I think that's pretty good.
And Pawn
That's
had a
pretty good.
really good game as well on the Sylas. It's kind of a blowout completely.
Oh, I almost called Silent.
What'd you almost call him?
Kane.
Oh, nah,
I'll say, Will, that's Kane. Silas.
Yeah, the Kane mid lane, Brock, that you always see.
Yeah.
You don't even see Kane in the LCK. You only see Kane like an LPL. He showed up once in LCK actually this year, but it's not even LPL. It's only really Ning. But yeah. So game 2, I'm like, okay, damn one. That those like really bad blowouts, no big deal. Everyone lost, whatever. Refresh. It's kind of almost better for your mental a little bit. And then Kingzone picked Deft on Morgana. I'm like, ugh, like this is the exact same thing with Double. And I'm like, come on, just give him the ECs now. Don't go a little crazy on me. Didn't matter. He went 1-1-12. He had a good game, but I mean, it was all about Pawn again. 5-0-10 on the Rise this time. Showmaker just got outclassed, and so did Canyon. Honestly, he went 0-4 in the Lee Sin. What was he 0-6 in the last game? And it wasn't just Canyon getting outclassed, it was Nogri as well. 0-5 on this game on Jace as well, and he went 0-3 in the previous game. So he's 0-8 coming in this one. So now I'm sitting here looking like, ugh. Another 10k gold lead in 26 minutes. Like, both games were like 20-minute just stomps. Like, these games legitimately, like, this gold lead is a lie because it's so early in the game, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, it's such a small lead. The second, like, this fight happens, the game was over. And you knew it watching it. Wasn't even Tucson 8-1-4 on the Pike.
Yeah, Morgana did a really good job of feeding Pike kills. Yeah.
So we're like, okay, maybe Damwon can pull it off. No. They gave up 30 kills. You know what? Respect Damwon. They didn't lie down. If you're dying 30 times, you're enting, but you're not lying down. You're not giving up on the whole thing like Echo Fox. I'm still pissed about Echo Fox in week 1 of NA, where they literally let their Nexus die 2 times without people dying around it. Like, especially in game 3, when you're getting eliminated from the playoffs, probably should fight for that Nexus. Yeah,
Might as well stay in base. Use your emotes. They got those now.
Respectable, only in LPL, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but only in LPL, but anyway, it's a lot of fighting here. They didn't win any of these fights, which is a problem. They had the late game, to be honest. They had Kai'Sa definitely stronger than Lucian late game. I personally think Zilean is one of the strongest champions late game because he's annoying as hell with like a 10-second revive, I feel like. I know it's not, but it feels like it. You have Kindred ult, which lasts about as long enough for Zilean to get another revive off. And then Nogri on Vlad, and we all know Vlad is super busted. Didn't work at all. Rascal had amazing Kennen flanks. We had the Rek'Sai pop off because it's Rek'Sai. And Pawn, again, phenomenal series by Pawn. MVP of the series, which is surprising with Deft on the team. So, going into this series, we're like, wow, Kingzone looks clean. Like, Kingzone looks super clean. I think I was even commenting to Brian, like, you thought Fnatic versus Vitality was boring? Like, this was way worse. This was so much easier. And then we get to SKT versus Kingzone. And this first game was much closer than this gold says. I truly believe that Kingzone had right around here, Corki got a kill here, and Corki got 2 kills here. So they did get aced on this, but I was like, okay, you have Corki, you know what I mean? Like, you have 3-kill Corki, and Corki got a triple kill right here. This is a very important part. So not only that, on 32 minutes, Corki has like 6 kills. Like, I'm like, okay, Corki's disgusting late game. So is Sivir. So as long as you protect them, you're good. Didn't happen though. Teddy was phenomenal on the Varus. 11-2 and 3 Varus. He's just going to destroy anything. He's just going to shred right through anything you have, no matter what. Faker played a decent game on Lissandra, though he overextended a few times on team fights, I noticed. Not the nitpick Faker, okay? But, I just noticed it.
Yeah, he thinks he has an ability to get out, so that means I can overextend to their Nexus. No real reason not to.
I did notice that.
Thing I took away from this series is I can't name a single good jungler that Cuz played this entire season.
Yeah, the Vi.
and then the Camille, and then the Jarvan.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you
Yeah, we'll get
doing?
to the next one. Well, actually, yeah. I was like, yeah, actually, there's a Jarvan here, but that's Clid, not Cuz. It was
Yeah.
Cousin on the Camille for game number 2. He didn't do terrible on the Camille, but I don't like Camille jungle right now since they kind of like, obliterated Camille jungle by not letting her stun monsters anymore. So that wasn't good. We got to see Faker on Sylas, which was much more exciting than seeing him on other stuff.
Yep. Sandra.
I guess I can officially say we're wrong because he didn't build Lichbane, so I guess this whole argument we've had for months now, guess we're wrong.
Hey,
Is
he
Lichbane a
only went
normal
5.
item on LeBlanc? Am I crazy? I don't play LeBlanc, so.
Not really, but with her scaling, it does make her autos. That's like a split push LeBlanc build.
Got it,
If you
got it.
build,
Yeah, because you got the Banshees to get out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So I was like, I don't remember seeing LeBlanc with Lichbane,
Yeah.
but I don't really play her, so. Yeah, Khan on the Victor. I don't like that pick at all. To be honest, I don't like SKT's draft very much, but
No.
Teddy is a beast. He beat Deft, man. Like Deft was one of the best players in all of the world, not just LCK, the world. This split, like he's definitely, in my opinion, the best ADC in the world at the moment, or at least, yeah. And, like he was right up there. There's Teddy there as well. Jackie Love, I still love on IG. I wouldn't even put Uzi in there. Uzi had a rough year. If you watch any LPL, Uzi was clean. He had a lot of really good games because he's Uzi, but it wasn't the same because just that style of team fighting doesn't work anymore.
I tell you what, whenever Bang left, that was very big shoes to fill, considering the SKT name, and Teddy had no problem filling.
Oh yeah, but I think that was kind of it wasn't like he was like an unknown coming in though. At the same time,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like he was Jin Air, but like the good part of Jin Air, the only good part of Jin Air. And then finally with the game number 3, they also get Khan on the Sylas this time. We saw Faker on Akali, went 5-0-4. You were probably excited just to see Faker not on Lissandra after the first game, because I was expecting him on Lissandra duty like the whole. Well, Lissandra got banned. I don't know if she got banned in the second game as well, but yeah, it was just a blowout series all around. Like such a shame. I get all excited for these playoffs, especially Kingzone SKT. I was super thrilled for it. Just a complete blowout. I'm like, oh, okay then. G2 Origin. Okay. like yeah, this is disappointing. This is not fun. It's such a like excitement killer,
Yeah. You definitely want more watching.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially with I've seen how many games now? Like 840 games in the last 11 weeks, 12 weeks. Yeah, I kind of, if you're going to give me something, give me, like, if playoffs has been exciting me recently, I feel like a little bit revitalized. As you can tell, I'm a little more, like, amped up in my picks as I was towards the end of the split, where I think I was kind of tiring down a bit. But, yeah, I feel like I was picking a lot more favorites than, Golden Bold, so to say. Because
Yeah.
I still watch every game, but, like, man, some of those games were rough to get through after a certain amount of time. But let's go to since those are the game we went through those so fast because there were 6 blowouts in a row if you think about it. And let's get I guess into our predictions, and then we will do, as you can see here, we didn't do it last week. I did forget with the end of the season. Griffin versus or not Griffin. Wow. Griffin vs. SKT is the end of the season. That is correct. But what I meant to say, what my brain shut off, was that our end of the season predictions and our prediction accuracy, which we've done on all the other podcasts so far, except for LMS, which we will be doing tomorrow. And but yeah, it's fun to do. Well, you'll see if you haven't seen the others. But first, let's get to our predictions. I don't have to put any things here. It's simple. It's SKT versus Griffin, Brock. And I feel like I know what you're going with, so I'm going to go what I was already going to go with, so we're going to be split here, I know. I'm going Griffin 3-2. No flowery talk about it. This is going to be I hope this is a fantastic series. I would have said Kingzone would have been a fantastic series, but with the way Team Liquid has looked and the way G2 has looked, especially G2 against Origin, I didn't realize G2 was my one that I was worried about the most. That was wrong. But I feel like my theory that I've shown on the last few podcasts of the first place teams all getting shit on by Reddit and everyone for losing games I thought they didn't matter, They're showing up pretty big in the playoffs so far.
Yeah, they've definitely.
6-0, and they weren't close.
Yeah, they really came
Well,
in
to be
clutch,
fair,
didn't they?
game one between G2 and Origin was close. Outside of game one, not so much.
Not so much. That was pretty bad to say the least.
So, my hope is for like a 3-0 by Liquid, a 3-0 by G2, and a 3-0 by Griffin. Oh man, I will feel validated. But I know that won't happen. I know that absolutely will not happen. But I would feel so validated about calling out Reddit like what was it 2 weeks ago or something that they need to stop looking so far into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a 3-2 though. I think this is gonna be insanely close here. I am so excited for this series.
Yeah. I mean, these teams have showed so much throughout this whole season. And it's oh man, this is so crazy. Like, part of me thinks Griffin is gonna win because you should think that, but you should also think SKT could win. So that's why it's
Griffin's
like
the third best team in Korea, bro.
they are. SKT's number one. That's why I don't have a problem picking SKT. Yeah, yeah, we're split. So this is the game.
Mhm.
So
All right, you got SKT. That I'm totally down doing losing it all on the Griffin again. That's how I lost in the first place, to be honest. If I wouldn't have just picked Griffin on the last week of the season against Kingzone, I would have won. But you got SKT 3-1, 3-0, 3-2.
3-1.
3-1. Ooh,
3-1.
you're living on that
I
momentum.
I think Teddy is coming into this game with so much hype for like playoff games. They seem to be playing like, on another level, and we haven't seen Griffin yet in playoffs. We haven't
Sure.
needed
Yeah.
ups.
This one scares me the most, to be honest, just because of the opponent. Not to flame
Yeah.
TSM too much on you. I don't think TSM, or frankly, I don't think Team Liquid's even remotely close to this level of play either. Yeah, SKT is on another level, and like I think Griffin's also on that other level. So
Yep.
I'm nervous about it. Like Griffin could probably play really well in this game and still in this series and still easily lose.
Yeah. This was what makes me hate the fact that we're such big fans of NA. Because watching NA after watching LCK and LPL and all this stuff it's good shit. The
Especially,
games are so bad.
well, especially because not to flame NA too much here, but because in the LPL, I love the fact that no one like gives up. I feel like NA is like the epitome. I know We Turtle in real life as well, but like in like our not in real life, but
Yeah.
in our games as well. But like when pros just sit and give up everything, like inhib at the inhib at the inhib, and then they just give up turret. They just don't do anything. They don't make any proactive plays. I'm like, I mean, Korea does have that issue as well, to be fair, especially a lot of the
Yeah.
lower teams, like Jenner. But that's why I love the LPL so much. I've talked about this before, where it's like they're always aggressive. No matter, they're always every player in the LPL thinks they are the best player at their position. I feel like, and they play with that type of like swagger, that type of confidence to try and show up on everyone else. Always. They're
Yeah.
always trying to look for that team fight to win the game.
Mhm.
But yeah, those are our predictions. So we will have a winner as of Saturday in the LCK. I'm still in the running for a 5 series sweep
A
and
5 region sweep.
5 region sweep. Yep, you're that. Thank you.
I mean, I guess technically it would be 5 series, right?
Yeah,
The finals of 5 series of 5 regions, so
kinda.
yeah, we're fine. You were right the first time. We're gonna go with it.
But that is the predictions. It's not our podcast though, so we still got a little bit of time, just briefly, because the season ended last week, or 2 weeks ago. So I don't want to go spend too much time on it, but I did forget, so I did want to talk about it. I predicted Griffin to go 18-0 this split with my. No, I didn't like predict that, but like in my like predictions that I made, I picked Griffin every single time. You had SKT as first at 17-1, so we were both off pretty bad by 3 games there. Not red. You didn't have any reds, but you had a lot of orange. I had some. I had some reds.
Yeah, you did.
I have SKT at 15-3, so I was really close on SKT. You had Griffin at 15-3. You hit it perfectly. You had 3 perfects as well, by the way, after you've only had 1 in your life.
Yep.
I only had like a few, but like so far Brian's still the only one without any perfects ever.
That's because Brian sucks.
Damwon, I hit perfect at 11 and 7. You were really close at 12 and 6. We both had Damwon third though. So
Yeah.
you had SKT over Griffin, I had Griffin over SKT. Weird how that's how our finals predictions are as well.
Yeah, very strange.
I had Sandbox at 10 and 8, so I was a believer. You also had Sandbox at 10 and 8, but you had Kingzone at 10 and 8, and I had Kingzone at 8 and 10. Like that was bad. I started out such a Kingzone hater at the beginning, and it took me a while.
Mhm.
Actually, it was like the biggest like arc like shift is I was a Kingzone hater, and I became like Kingzone became one of my favorite teams to watch after like they started winning a ton. But my predictions were a little slow on that because I was picking them never to win like the first 4 weeks of the season. I also had KT. I didn't want to talk about it. I had KT as the fifth best team apparently in my predictions. That is the 100 Thieves of LCK for me. You had them at 7, or you had KT at 6 and 12. You weren't too bad. I had KT at 9 and 9. What? I just always that team, man. I just always believed that, like, you know what? Maybe this is their time. Maybe, and I can explain later my prediction. Actually, they didn't always let me down, so it wasn't like I just failed, but I just picked them too much. I actually predicted every single one of their wins correctly. Like I have a win on every single one of their wins. But next I had Hanwha Life at 8 and 10. You had Hanwha Life at 7 and 11. You had a Freak of Freaks at 7 and 11 as well, and then you had KT at 6 and 12. I had Gen G at 5 and 13, so I was perfect on Gen G. So were you. You had Gen G at 5 and 13. I thought that was interesting.
You did.
And then I had a Freaka at 5 and 15, which was also perfect, and we both had Jin Air at 1 and 17. We crushed it. We picked them once like idiots in the second week, and we never touched them again. You can
Nope.
see it right here, actually. You picked Jin Air to beat KT, you were wrong, and I picked Jin Air to beat Gen G, and I was wrong.
And we're like done with that team.
Yep, there's always one team. There's always one team that I always like look super super quick. Snake 0 and 2, never picked them again. Echo Fox 0 and 1, I think. Oh, I missed Echo Fox 1 in or 0 and 1. Never mind, I can't find it here. Yeah, 0 and 1 right there. Then I haven't done LMS yet, and then LEC I had Excel 0 and 1 as well. So there's always a team every region that I only pick once or twice, and they don't win, and I never touch them again. I found that very interesting. That there's always one team. But yeah, our prediction accuracy, Griffin. So we'll just go in order of the like actual standings. When I picked Griffin to win, they went 15 and 3. Weird considering I picked them every game. When you picked them 13 and 2. SKT went 13-2 for me, 14-3 for you. Kingzone went 7-1 for me, so I picked them pretty well. Like a lot of their, like I was just picking them at the end, and they weren't losing at the end. 8-2 for you. Sandbox went 8-2 for both of us, so that was pretty solid. Damwon was 7-4 and 8-4 for you. Hanwha Life was 7-1 and 6-1, so we really knew Hanwha Life pretty well. That's how you can always tell with this how well we knew the team. Like we did a really fine job with a lot of these teams actually because we had 71%. Gen G, we both went 2 and 3, not so much. That was more so at the beginning. To be fair, all three of our losses on Gen G were in their first 3 games when they went 0 and 3, and we only picked them 2 times from there, and we won both of them. And then a Freak of Freaks was our downfall. By the way, a Freak of Freaks hated us. 1 and 4 for me, and 2 and 5 for you.
Also dumb team.
Every time we picked a Freak of, essentially we lost. That's crazy. That's crazy that it happened to both of us. And then
like picking CLG.
yeah, exactly. CLG screwed me too. I went like 2 and 7 picking CLG this year.
Could be worse. They could have got you like they did Brian.
KT, this is what I'm saying. I picked them 9 times, which seems absurd since they only won 4 games. But I only went 4 and 5 with it, so it was a negative win rate, but it wasn't like crazy, you know?
Yeah.
I just believed a little too much early. I had their first 3 games I lost. Because everyone didn't think they would be that bad at the beginning of the season. Didn't they make like near finals or something like that? At the one cup? I can't think of it. Not the Masia Cup? Not there's that LPL. Oh, that might be LPL. I can't think of it. But yeah, so that's 0 and 3. You take those out like from the beginning, like where Korea was a mess. Hell, they went. I picked them. I literally picked KT 5 times at the beginning of the season. Their first 5 games, and that's 1-4. You take that out before I completely gave up on them. 3-1 since then. Kind of knew them. Took 3 weeks though. Just saying.
Yeah.
So I picked them way too much. I had so much faith in them early on in the season, and that was what really was my downfall. And finally, Jin Air 0-1 and 0-1. Those are our prediction accuracy. Sorry we didn't do that last week. I forgot. Personally, it completely blanked out of my mind when we were doing the podcast until like the end of the podcast. I'm like, oh wait, we didn't do that. But that will be the end of this podcast. Remember, our predictions are Griffin 3-2 for me, SKT 3-1 for Brock. Winner takes it all for the LCK predict. Like, we won't do a bet on this one because we're not as passionate, I would say, about this one. But yeah, that is our podcast. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week for our final LCK podcast. Actually, next week is the final podcast for everything outside of LPL. So we'll only see you guys around for a little bit more until MSI, at least.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.